You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family, your business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And then remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money, I personally work with you even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. World Poke Day. No. I'm sorry. It's World Tuna Day.
It is what it is.
Ahi poke. Isn't that what you make ahi poke out of? Is tuna? Foster Care Day. Life Insurance Day. People are dying to get that. Teacher Appreciation Day. Being that I have a daughter-in-law who is a teacher, Teacher Appreciation Day. I guess we all, at some point in time, had or have teachers. So let's say thank you to them. And having beaten anorexia, no mushrooms here. That's too healthy. We're going National Truffle Day. And yes, that would be the chocolate version. Well, I can say make them in more than just chocolates, but I like the chocolates. So we're going to just talk chocolates today. Chocolate truffles. Yeah. National Truffle Day. That May 2nd serves up deliciously sweet treat and places the chocolate truffle in the spotlights. From France, they're believed Petricelli of Chambéry of France is believed to be the inventor of the chocolate truffle, December 1895. Looking good. Let's just speak about looking good. Maybe, oh no, the stock market is not looking good this morning, so I guess we can't say that's looking good. Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 560 points. Ow! S&P 500 down 71. The NASDAQ is down 183. Oil's down $3.38 a barrel. Once again, Mr. President, please wake up and buy some oil, being that you have the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to fill. Oh, wait. You don't have any money. You're at the debt limit. You don't want to talk to the Congress in order to get that raised. So I guess maybe the president's going to go on a budget. Nah, you know better than that. That
don't know better than that.
That ain't going to happen. When the Federal Reserve starts their meeting today, they'll come out with their announcement tomorrow. They're going to raise interest rates 1/4 point, even though the banking system is in trouble. I said it. I know there's no one wants to be the first to say these things, but you get Silicon Valley Bank gone, First Republic Bank gone, 5 more banks today that their stock prices are tanking, and the Federal Reserve is increasing interest rates, which is the cause of the problem. Figure that out. I mean, where in the world is the Federal Reserve coming up with doing these things? Don't they understand? Well, I guess being that they were asleep at the wheel and they were not the ones out there doing their job in overseeing the banks, San Francisco Federal Reserve Board, right? They weren't doing their oversight duties, so the banks get in trouble. What happens then? Well, you get a fire sale. J.P. Morgan gets bigger. The rich get bigger. The weak go out of business. So First Republic gets taken over the weekend by J.P. Morgan, $10 billion. They say that the depositors are going to get their money back. They say that the shareholders and bondholders may not get their money back. But the bottom line is if we had the regulators doing their job, we wouldn't be in this issue. Oh yeah, and we have to get the Federal Reserve to have increased interest rates slower, sooner, and the administration stop spending so much money. But no, they're going to keep on spending. I mean, so many of them are so irresponsible. It's just amazing. Could you imagine if Gavin Newsom was president? Think about this. Now, Josh, you may not know this one because you're there in Nevada. You don't have to deal with this character. But last year, we have a budget surplus in California, so they send out bribes to everybody because he wanted to get reelected. This year, there's a budget shortfall, so now they're trying to scramble to figure out how are they going to meet their numbers. Well, is it surprise anybody that the budget shortfall this year is just about the exact same as the budget that with the bribe money that they sent out last year?
It is what it is.
It's amazing. And the guy keeps on doing this, and he wants to take this nationwide. We can't handle Gavin Newsom nationwide. I mean, look what he's doing to California already. At least this year, we're going to get we got water. So maybe they'll be the farmers will be able to grow their crops this year. They haven't been able to do that for a long time because of what's going on with the water shortage. Oh, wait a second. The water that we're throwing back into the San Francisco Bay, that we call it a shortage. Whatever I haven't looked at is last year, I took a trip to Paso Robles and went off on a side venture over to Lake Nacimiento. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, it used to be a beautiful, beautiful lake. Last year, it was more of a riverbed. I wonder if they filled it up this year. Of course, you got to turn the water back into the San Francisco Bay, so maybe they didn't. Who knows? But we're just watching all of these things. Now, I'm getting questions right now about taking out home equity lines of credit to do a debt consolidation. And got to share with you some numbers here. Number one, I'm not a fan of home equity lines of credit. Why? Because they're short term. They're a Band-Aid. That's really the issue. Is they're a Band-Aid. They're not really going to solve any problems. And when you've got a rising interest rate environment, which we are in, the Federal Reserve keeps raising interest rates. That home equity line of credit continues to go up. So what do you do if you've got debts? And I know you do. In fact, I was just chatting with a group earlier today talking about some of the stats that are out there. People aren't even talking about these stats. So credit card debt is way up once again. The interest rates on credit card debt is up because unlike mortgages, credit card interest is based on prime rate in many instances. Prime rate is driven by the Fed funds discount rate in many instances. So those numbers are going up. It's hurting people right now. The average auto loan, $800 a month, $800. So think about those numbers. They're not good for you. And we like to protect you on Ron Siegel Radio. That's the idea here, and tell you how you can do things from a financial standpoint in a more efficient manner. So what's the solution here? So you've got that $800 amount. That is problematic, right? So we want to be careful there of that car payment. Interest on credit cards, over 20% now in the majorities. So what do you do? And then I hear people say, well, Ron, I don't want to do anything because I've got a great interest rate on my house. I'm under 4%. I know you're under 4%, but does it matter? Think about this concept. You've got a loan that you probably took out a year or two ago, maybe 3. You're under 4%. Smart move. Very smart. But you got all these bailouts from the government. We got all these checks from the government. And now we're looking at it and we're saying, okay, I got a problem. I've got credit card debt. I've got auto debt. And I got this great mortgage I don't want to get rid of. And I'm going to say to you, look at the big picture. Because when you look at the big picture, you don't have to worry about some of these issues. They're not really the issue to worry about in the long run. I just did a scenario or looked at a scenario. It's like a $375,000 mortgage, 3.5% interest. They had like $80,000 between or $85,000 between auto debt and credit card debt, putting them into a 6.5% mortgage. I don't know what you'll qualify for. I'm not going to go into all the details of it, but they're going to save over $1,000 a month, but they're able to afford the payments they're making right now. Good. Take that money that you are making right now and apply it to the principal of the new loan at the higher interest rate. And you cut 11 years off of the payment. Think about how much money that'll save you. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, a recession does not equal a housing crisis. We'll talk about it. The ultimate refinance guide, everything you need to know. Can you refinance a VA home loan and get cash back? All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, it's 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Homeowners over the age of 62 are taking back financial control after retirement with reverse mortgages, and the Siegel Lending Team is here to help you use it to your advantage. Call Ron Siegel with Geneva Financial to receive your free information booklet with no obligation. The booklet answers all your questions, and the best part is, you still own your home. Call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990 or visit ronsiegelradio.com.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local...
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Every day at this time, OBMMI. They provide the most comprehensive, accurate, and timely and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. Interest rates locking yesterday. We do not have APRs, points paid, points received. We just have the interest rate number itself. 30-year conforming was up 6.504. The jumbo loan was up 6.559. The FHA loan was up 6.461. USDA loan was pretty flat. It was down just a real slight amount, 6.451. And the 30-year VA loan, 6.188. All of them up again. Let's look and see what's going on in the markets for you. So we've got the S&P 500 down 71.40. Ooh. 10-year treasuries down 16 basis points. Mortgage-backed securities, those are up 33 basis points. Remember, when the bond goes up, the rate goes down. What's driving all of this right now? Well, we got a number of numbers coming out. The biggies are coming out later in the week. But CoreLogic Home Price Insights reported that home prices rose 1.6% in March and are now up 3.1% year over year, down from 4.4% on tough comps. This comes after rising 0.8% in February. We are clearly at a turning point in the housing market. CoreLogic forecasts that home prices will rise again in April by 0.8%. Wow, 0.8%. That's great. Well, if you're in real estate, and rise by 4.6% over the next 12 months, which is an increase from 3.7 in the previous report. Selma Happ, chief economist for CoreLogic, said, quote, while housing markets across the country continue to send mixed signals, prices in many metros appear to have turned the corner, with the U.S. recording a second month of consecutive monthly gains at 1.6%. The month-over-month increase was twice the average seen between 2015 and 2020. Monthly rebound in home prices underscores the lack of inventory in this housing cycle. In addition, while the lack of affordability generally weighs on home price growth, mobility resulting from remote working conditions appears to be a current driver of home prices in some areas of the country, unquote. JOLTS report, the job openings and labor turnover report, showed that there were 9.59 million job openings in March, which was well below expectations of 9.775 and dropped by 384,000 from the previous report. Job openings are now at a 23-month low. Maybe I ought to tell that one to the Fed. Leisure and hospitality, interestingly, increased by 79,000 job openings, which is the sector that has been providing the greatest or the biggest job gains of approximately 100,000 jobs per month. But this industry is still down over 350,000 job openings since the beginning of the year. Layoffs and discharges increased by 248,000 to 1.8 million, highest number in 27 months. And the week that was used for the jobs report, that's showing was $245,000. They used the initial jobless claims as part of that report. High figure right there. So we're looking for the jobs report coming out Friday. That's going to impact that jobs report. Tomorrow we get the ADP report. They're expecting about 150,000 jobs created for the month of April. And on the BLS report on Friday, they're expecting 180,000 jobs being created. With unemployment rising from 3.5 to 3.6. Big story in the market right now, obviously, is the debt ceiling. We're all watching that one closely as well. Why? Well, because the government has to pay their bills, and we're already watching the fact that the president doesn't want to sit down and chat about it with the Speaker of the House. President just wants his way and doesn't realize the Speaker, the House of Representatives, has the power of the purse. So be aware, Mr. President. You may not get everything you want, but president's got the bully pulpit. So that's where he gets his big benefit there. So he's out there. He'll come out and blame everything on the Republicans and the prior administration. And being that you're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, you know the inflation is caused by too much spending in the government. Yeah, that's the current administration. The problem with our economy and the bank failures is driven by the Federal Reserve. The chairman was reappointed. He was appointed initially by President Trump, re-upped with President Biden. So you can't blame that on the previous guy because you could have changed it if you wanted. Mortgage Minute brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. We're clearly on a path heading toward recession. We're on a definite collision course I think it's been 20 years since we've had such a large inversion in the yield curve. So the question becomes, are we headed for another housing crisis like the last major recession we had? And I don't know whether it's going to be major or not. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying every indication is a recession is on the horizon. The only lone standout is the president, who's basically saying we've got a great economy. Well, I just gave you the JOLTS report, not good. I gave you the anticipation for the jobs report, not good. I gave you a lot of other statistics that are heading in the wrong direction. But, the president hasn't seen these reports yet. So maybe someone ought to tell him to listen to Ron Siegel Radio. So the question that we're going to look at this morning, or that I want to chat with you about, is being on this collision course to a recession. We're going to do a real-time real estate segment brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. A recession does not equal a housing crisis. Everywhere you look, people are talking about a potential recession. And if you're planning to buy or sell a house, this may leave you wondering if your plans are still a wise move. To help ease your mind, experts are saying that if we do officially enter a recession, it'll be a mild and short, as the Federal Reserve explained in their March meeting. Quote, the staff's projection at the time of the March meeting included a mild recession starting later this year with a recovery over the subsequent 2 years, unquote. While a recession may be on the horizon, it won't be one for the housing market. It won't be one for the housing market record books like the crash in 2008. We have to remember that a recession does not always equal a crash. That's the bottom line there. Doesn't always equal that. So what are we dealing with? What are we worried about? Let's see if I can find the rest of my report here because I just lost connection to it. So give me 1 second. I will find that puppy. So I've got some charts and everything else to give you also. So okay, there it is. Always got to have a backup plan. So as I started to say, while a recession may be on the horizon, it won't be one for the housing market record books like the crash in 2008. What we have to remember is that a recession doesn't always lead to a housing crisis. To prove it, let's look at the historical data of what happened in the real estate during the previous recessions. That way you know why you shouldn't be afraid of what a recession could mean if for the housing market today. A recession does not mean falling home prices. To show that home prices don't fall every time there's a recession, it helps to turn to historical data. We're going to share with you, as long as it didn't crash on Josh too. He's got it. A graph. So we've got a graph here looking at recessions going back all the way to 1980. Home prices appreciated for the last 6 recessions. So historically, when the economy slows down, it does not mean home values will fall. In fact, one of them, the only one that I think really is appropriate to look at where it was down, was 1991. Home prices only dropped 1.9%. You say, Ron, but 2008, they dropped 19.7%. Well, I'm going to submit to you that home prices did not drop because of the recession. We had a recession. We had a home crisis, a mortgage crisis. That's what caused the recession. So really the other way around. So we really can't say that we had the problem because of the problem wasn't because of the recession. The problem was because of the home prices. So most people remember the housing crisis of 2008, the larger the 2 bars on the graph, and think another recession will repeat of what happened to housing then. But today's housing market is not about to crash because of the fundamentals of the market are different than they were in 2008. Back then, one of the big reasons why prices fell was because there was a surplus of homes for sale. At the same time, distressed properties flooded the market. Today, the number of homes for sale is low. So while home prices may see slight declines in some areas and slight gains in others, a crash simply is not in the cards. A recession means falling mortgage rates. Well, what a recession really means for the housing market is falling mortgage rates. We've got this graph for you also. Historically, each time the economy slowed down, mortgage rates decrease. Wow. Bankrate explains mortgage rates typically fall during an economic slowdown. Quote, during a traditional recession, the Fed will usually lower interest rates. This creates an incentive for people to spend money and stimulate the economy. It also typically leads to more affordable mortgage rates, which leads to more opportunity for home buyers, unquote. This year, mortgage rates have been quite volatile as they responded to higher inflation. The 30-year fixed mortgage rate has hovered between roughly 6 to 7%, and that's impacted affordability for many potential home buyers. But if there is a recession, history tells us mortgage rates may fall below that threshold, even though the days of 3% are behind us. Bottom line, you don't need to fear what a recession means for the housing market. If we do have a recession, experts say it will be mild and short. And history shows that it also means mortgage rates will drop. That is Real-Time Real Estate, brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. When we come back, why buying a home makes more sense than renting today. The Ultimate Mortgage Refinance Guide, everything you need to know. We'll talk about that. And can you refinance a VA home loan and get cash back? All that and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694552.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you could retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Got to wait for the prompt to come by and remind me of what I'm supposed to be doing. Josh is just laughing at me. rsrmoney.com. Why buying a home makes more sense than renting today. Wondering if you should continue renting or if you should buy a home this year? If so, consider this. Rental affordability is still a challenge and has been for years. That's because historically rents trend up over time. Data from the census shows rents have been climbing pretty steadily since 1988. And data from the latest rental report from Realtor.com shows rents continue to grow today, even though it's at a slower pace than we saw at the height of the pandemic. Quote, in March 2023, the U.S. rental market experienced single-digit growth for the 8th month in a row. The median asking rent was up $1,732, up by $15 from last month and down by $32 from the peak, but is still $354, 25.7% higher than at the same time in 2019, pre-pandemic, unquote. With rents much higher now than they were in more normal pre-pandemic years, owning your home may be a better option, especially if the long-term trend of rents increasing each year continues. In contrast, homeowners with a fixed-rate mortgage can unlock the monthly mortgage payment for the duration of their loan, typically 15 to 30 years. Owning a home could be more affordable if you need more space. We've got another graph for you. It uses national data on median rental payment from Realtor.com and median mortgage payment from National Association of Realtors, NAR, to compare the two options. The graph shows, depending on how much space you need, it's typically more affordable to own than to rent if you need 2 or more bedrooms. And the graph shows the cost difference between renting and buying based on the number of bedrooms. So $1,732 overall. Studio is $1,451. Is the difference between renting and buying. 1 bedroom, $1,637. 2 bedrooms, $1,901. So if you're looking to live somewhere where you have 2 or more bedrooms to accommodate your household, give you more breathing room to spread out your belongings, or dedicate the extra space to practice your hobbies, it might make sense to consider home ownership. Home ownership allows you to start building equity. In addition to shielding you from rising rents and being more affordable when you need more space, owning your home also allows you to start building your own equity, which in turn grows your net worth. And as home values typically rise over time and you pay off your mortgage, you build equity. That equity can set you up for success later on because you can use it to help fuel a move to an even bigger space down the line. That's why, according to Zonda, the top reason millennial homeowners bought their home over the past year was to build their own equity instead of someone else's. Bottom line, if you're trying to decide whether to buy a home or continue renting, give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Let's chat about it. Let's see what makes sense for you. We can even put the rent versus own tools that we have. We can put those to work for you and see what makes sense for you. That is the real-time real estate segment brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Thinking about buying that house, rsrhbg.com. Get a copy of our latest home buyer's guide, rsrhbg.com. Get a copy again of that home buyer's guide and see what makes sense for you. I should have told you earlier in the broadcast, and I didn't put this in there. When you're talking about that home equity line of credit, rsr2step.com. No, it's not a dance because you don't want to see me dancing. rsr2step.com. It shows you a better way of getting that money out and getting planned for that home refinance. rsr2step.com. Let's maybe we'll do a workshop, Josh. What do you think? How about a little bit of a information for our favorite borrowers? That would be our veterans. And the title we're doing today for this workshop is, can you refinance a VA home loan and get cash back? Are you a proud homeowner with a VA home loan? Discover how you can refinance your mortgage, get cash back, and improve your financial situation with these simple strategies. It's all about the strategy. Again, brought to you by rsrmoney.com. As a veteran or active duty service member, you've earned the benefits of a VA home loan. But did you know that you can also refinance your VA loan to accept excess cash for various purposes? In this report, we're going to cover 6 key points to help you understand the process and make the most of your home equity. Number 1, VA Cash Out Refinance. The VA Cash Out Refinance program allows qualified borrowers to refinance their current mortgage and extract cash from their home equity. This can be an excellent way to pay off high-interest debt, fund home improvements, or cover the other major expenses. Unlike a traditional refinance, the VA Cash Out Refinance is not limited to just lowering your interest rate. It can also provide you with the financial flexibility you need. Number 2, the VA IRRL. The interest rate reduction loan is another refinancing option for VA loan borrowers. It's designed to help you lower your interest rate and monthly payments without cashing out your home equity. While it doesn't provide you cash back directly, it can still save you a significant amount on your mortgage payments. Number 3, eligibility requirements. To be eligible for a VA cash out refinance, you must meet certain requirements. You must have a valid certificate of eligibility, COE, which confirms your military service and entitlement to VA home loan benefits. Additionally, you'll need to have sufficient equity in your home and meet other lenders' credit and income guidelines. Number 4, closing costs and funding fee. Just like with your original VA home loan, you'll need to pay closing costs and a funding fee when you refinance. These fees can be rolled into the new loan, so you don't have to pay them up front. However, keep in mind that doing so will increase your loan balance and may affect your monthly payments. Number 5, potential benefits. Refinancing your VA home loan and getting cash back can offer several benefits, including lowering your interest rate, consolidating debt, and funding home improvements. Additionally, it can provide financial stability and help you achieve your long-term financial goals. Number 6, working with a professional. Navigating the world of VA home loan refinancing can be confusing. That's why it's essential to work with a professional mortgage lender like our team, Siegel Lending Team at Geneva Financial. Our experienced team can help you understand your options, evaluate your financial situation, and guide you through the process. Don't let the benefits of your VA home loan go to waste. Refinance your mortgage, get cash back, and improve your financial future today. Give us a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Have a consultation with a member of our team. Get on the website. Take a look at all the free tools on the website, ronsiegelradio.com, ronsiegelradio.com. And hey, get the tool, rsrmoney.com. That's our VA workshop. But make sure you get the tool, rsrmoney.com. You know, it's a great tool to help you with a lot of different things in your financial life. It's going to help you with budgeting. Yes, even though the federal government doesn't do it, you should have a budget. rsrmoney.com gives you a free budgeting tool. Monitoring your credit, it's right there for you. rsrmoney.com helps you monitor your credit. If you already own a house, rsrmoney.com gives you 4 different valuation models for your property. 3 of them are really good. It also tells you Zillow, because I know you're going to look there. But you've got rsrmoney.com gives you the valuation of your property. And 97% of the market, homes for sale are there. Hey, I appreciate it, Facebook user. That's nice of you to say. We try very hard every day here at Ron Siegel Radio, our whole team, to get you the best information we can. But again, at rsrmoney.com. Great app, great tool, and it costs you absolutely nothing. rsrmoney.com. You want to know what's going on in the marketplace, though, right now for your property? Go and take a look at, and you can get this every week if you want it, rsrlistana.com. rsrlistana.com. Makes you seem probably like we're talking about Anaheim. And when it pops up, yeah, that's what it's going to tell you. It's about Anaheim. But you can actually go in and get the report for any zip code in the U.S. If you're in Idaho, you're in Arizona, you're in Colorado, you're in Nevada, Anywhere you want, it's got the information right there. RSRmoney.com has your valuations for your money for looking backwards there. RSR List ANA, that looks forward. That tells you what about every property. Our provider there, Altos Research, tracks every home for sale in the United States every week. Every home for sale in the U.S. every week. It's all right there. So go get that. Also, if you're thinking about buying a home, put it on your calendar. Go get registered right now. May 9th, we're going to do a home buyer workshop. May 9th, in person and streaming. Did I say it was May 9th? RSRFTHB.com. RSRFTHB.com. No, it doesn't cost you anything to attend, but you will walk out with a lot of great information. You might even walk out with a pre-approval letter if you show up. RSRFTHB.com. So that's our home buyer seminar. That's coming up. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, the Ultimate Mortgage Refinance Guide, everything you need to know, all that and more. Reach me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. We will be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at RonIsMyLender.com. That's RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. March Madness might be over, but the game is still on for home buyers. Don't let misrepresentation of home appreciation outlook get you down. The FHFA says that despite the Fed doubling interest rates, home prices are just down less than 1% from their peak last June. What are you waiting for? It's time to shoot your shot and start your home buying journey with RSRmoney.com. They will guide you through every step, making the process as smooth as a three-pointer. Visit RSRmoney.com now and make your dream home a reality.
Do you own a luxury home or planning to purchase one? If so, your home may be your largest asset, but your mortgage may also be your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team is offering amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates in the 3%, and 15-year rates in the 2s. Learn more at RonSiegelRadio.com or call me directly. My number is 800-306-1990, licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you could retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit RSRNoDebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit RSRNoDebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, RSRNoDebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It is wrong. What are you doing about it? Credit Sanitizer has these solutions for you. I know your credit report is wrong because they all are. They all have errors on them. I've never seen one that's completely accurate. I just see them out there. You need to know about it. The Ultimate Mortgage Refinance Guide, everything you need to know. Are you thinking about refinancing your mortgage but unsure where to start? rsrmoney.com, of course. Fear not. We've got you covered with the Ultimate Mortgage Refinance Guide to help you make an informed decision. The Ultimate Mortgage Refinance Guide, again, everything you need to know. So you've been thinking about refinancing your mortgage, but the process seems confusing and you're not sure if it's the right move for you. Don't worry. We're going to break down the basics of mortgage refinancing and give you the tools you need to make an informed decision. Plus, you'll learn how our team, the Siegel Lending team at Geneva Financial, can support you along the way. First off, let's talk about what mortgage refinancing is. Simply put, it's the process of replacing your current mortgage with a new one that has different terms or interest rates. There are various reasons people choose to refinance, such as lowering their monthly payments, shortening their loan term, switching from an adjustable rate mortgage to a fixed rate mortgage, debt consolidation, buying out a spouse or a spouse, soon to be ex-spouse, in a divorce process, maybe taking somebody off the mortgage in a probate process. All different options. Now that we know what the mortgage refinancing is, let's dive into the guidelines you need to be aware of. Number one, credit score. A good credit score is crucial when refinancing your mortgage. Lenders typically look for a credit score 620 or higher, but some may have stricter requirements. Make sure to check your credit reports for errors and work on improving your score. rsrmoney.com has a monitoring for your credit report. It is not the exact FICO report that the team is going to use for your loan, but it does give you an idea of where your scores are. Number two, debt to income ratio. Lenders will consider your debt to income ratio to determine your ability to make monthly mortgage payments. Most lenders prefer a debt to income ratio of 43% or lower, can go higher. You can calculate your debt to income ratio by dividing your total monthly debt payments by your gross monthly income. That would be the income before taxes are taken out. Number three, loan to value. Your loan to value ratio is the percentage of your home's value you still owe on your mortgage. Lenders typically require a loan to value ratio of 80% or lower for a conventional refinance, but some government-backed programs may be more flexible. Number four, employment history. A stable employment history is essential when applying for a mortgage refinance. Lenders generally look for the last 2 years of consistent employment in the same field. If you've recently changed jobs, make sure you have documentation to prove your income stability. Number five, closing costs. Refinancing is not free. You need to pay closing costs, which can range from 2% to 6% of your loan amount. Some lenders offer no-cost financing options, but this can usually mean that the closing costs are rolled into your loan, resulting in a higher interest rate. Before you jump into refinancing a mortgage, it's essential to evaluate your goals and determine if it makes sense for you. Ask yourself, will refinancing lower my monthly payments? Can I afford the closing costs? Am I planning on staying in the home long enough to recoup the cost of refinancing? If the answer to these questions is yes, then refinancing might be the right move for you. To get started, give us a call, ronsiegelradio.com, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. You can go on the website, ronsiegelradio.com. You can fill out a loan app, sltloanapp.com, sltloanapp.com. Get on the app, rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Let us put together a plan for you. That's where it all starts with. Everybody's got their own unique situation. It all starts, though, everybody's got the exact same starting point, and that's with a plan to see what's right for you. I don't know what's right for you. I had, just as we're coming on air, I get a message about doing a home equity line of credit. Is it the right solution? I don't know. I don't know. So the answer to that becomes an evaluation. What are you planning on doing with the money? How long do you plan on being in the house? What is the short and long-term goals? So the question a lot of times comes, should I do a home equity line of credit or should I do a refinance? And I know that the vast majority of people who own a home right now are in a situation where you've got a interest rate on your home loan below 4%. Almost everybody, they're below 4%. And you're saying, well, Ron, the interest rate right now is 6.5%, 7.5%. Okay, what does that mean though? Those are just numbers that people are pulling out of their backside. Because until you put it in context, it doesn't mean anything. rsr2step.com, rsr2step.com. That's what's meaningful. Why? Because I am very, very certain that over the next 6 months, interest rates will be lower than they are today. Would surprise me if they're not. Okay, so, and I think they're going to go down into the low fives. Maybe they'll get better than that, but my guess is low fives. Put all of this information on a spreadsheet. We do that we don't use a spreadsheet. We use other tools to help you. And we've got a debt consolidation calculator. And what that does is it tells you, okay, what is your current situation? How much is your current debt service? How much is your blended household interest rate? Now, we look at the blended household interest rate, and that's not the ultimate solution. That's not the only solution. Because you may come out and say, okay, because of how low my mortgage rate is, my blended household rate is going to be lower than that. My blended household rate, and let's just throw some numbers in here because it makes it easier for me to explain it to you. So let's just say you've got a 3.5% interest rate on your mortgage, and you've got a 6.5% is your blended household interest rate. You've got cars and you've got credit cards and you've got, maybe you want to do some home improvement. Okay. Now you're blending all that together and it's 6.5. And I'm just, again, throwing numbers out, but let's say your mortgage payment comes out to at 6.5, it comes out to $4,500. But when you do your mortgage that's now, plus your car, plus your credit cards, that comes out to $5,500. So even though the interest rate may be the same or higher, because of the duration, your debt service is lower. By lowering the debt service, now you're saying, okay, my interest rate, who cares about it? Because it's a short-term blip because we're looking at what our interest rate's going to be 6 or 8 or 10 months from now. Okay, now we look at that and we say, okay, what if I take that money, that $1,000 that I'm already spending, I can afford it, and I apply that to the principal balance of the new loan? Now I'm cutting time off that 30-year loan, probably a significant amount of time. That's called strategic financing. And I will tell you that strategy beats rate always. Most people don't understand that concept, but strategy beats rate always. Not sometimes, all the time. You have to look at it and understand what the future brings. And the future tells me that Josh said I better wrap it up. So as always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or meet any of our guests, call me anytime. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, again, it's Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.